Evening, everyone. Before we get into tonight's update, we need to go over what's going to be in the video real quick before I play the intro. First, we need to go over some very urgent XRP technical analysis as XRP continues to sit under 40 cents after yesterday failing a 7th breakout attempt over the 413 level, which would have been a breakout over the ascending triangle. We could not hold it. And then we need to get into the XRP versus Ethereum debate. It's going to be 5 key differences so that you'll be able to see the differences very clear between XRP and Ethereum. It's an update you're not going to want to miss because I've never actually went through the in-depth differences between the two, and I'm going to lay it out very clearly for you. Make sure to hit that like button as soon as you can before this video actually gets started during the intro so that as many people as possible can see this update. Good evening, 6:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, February 5th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. And oh yeah, I turned into a smaller talking head, but this is the way I have to do it when I'm talking with my charts and everything up, so you can get the recording of my screen as well. So first thing, we need to get into the XRP technical analysis, as XRP currently sits at 0.3993, so just shy of 40 cents. And to see exactly what's going on here, we have a very simplistic way of looking at this market right now. There's an easy way and a hard way, and this is the best way I can put it. XRP was in this ascending triangle breakout. We have that downtrending resistance that also formed, but we had a symmetrical resistance, or a more flat resistance, I want to say, at about the point, it's the 0.413 level. So let me get this little arrow out so that I can start pointing. So this yellow line that goes across, that was a flat resistance. So 413, and I made that top right here as we came up. If this was going to play out as some kind of a shoulder or topping pattern, Bart Simpson top. So we would have had to break back over this side. So we got over, rejected, but also hit our key resistance of 0.432, came back down, came back up, came back down, couldn't stay over the 413. So even though this is a downtrending resistance that's proved itself over here, this 413 never gave way as well. So we're continuing to hit this flat resistance. It's a perfect ascending triangle pattern. Even with this downtrending resistance, it's still an ascending pattern. And now you can see we hit this downtrending resistance for a 7th time here. 7th time, or you can even say we came up over this a 7th time and failed over the symmetrical, or the ascending triangle support resistance that it was trying to make support. Now we came through a bear flag. While we fell outside of this entire pattern, this entire ascending triangle now we're using it as resistance. If we hit this as resistance here and use 40 cents as resistance, this is a technical signal to short the market. Despite what everybody thinks, despite whether or not you want this market to be bullish or not, because I personally still believe, as I maintain, and I can't tell you anything other than what I believe. So you're here to watch what I believe, and even if I end up being wrong in the grand scheme, I'm at least going to tell you what I believe. So what it looks like to me is we're still very bearish. We're on a bearish continuation pattern, and if we could have broke out, and we still might break out of the ascending triangle, we could have had a nice rally up to about the 447, 448 level, assuming we could break the double top up here. Right now, we're on the bottom side of it, so we have to pay very close attention that if this bear flag plays out, we'll get a technical target real quick for the bear flag, and then we'll go a little bit deeper into this. So let's just get a technical. And we're not going to do anything fancy. I'm not here to trick you. I'm here to teach you day by day, and then we have a better understanding of what we need to do. So a nice technical target out of here, if we break down, would be about the 384 level. So that would be the technical breakdown here to see if we could hold. But assuming we did break down here, that's a key breakdown area. We've now broke out of the ascending triangle. We would use that as resistance. That's very, very bearish. So let's just see what happens here, because like I talked yesterday, we better hope, if you want this pattern to go up, which I would rather this be a multi-year bear market, because I can accumulate all of my ISO coins, particularly XRP as well, as I've already started, and the IoT coins, the Internet of Things. I would prefer for this to take a little while so that I have more and more time. So everybody who gets discouraged, that's the whole point of this bear market. These bear market rallies are to where you get suckered back in And then all of a sudden you're down 10, 15, 20% in a couple days, and you're like, well, what the hell? I thought this was the bottom. And then what ends up happening is by the time we get to the true bottom, either you're out of money, you're out of patience, or you just don't want to deal with crypto anymore. So that's what we're looking at right now. And a lot of talk is about Ethereum taking over for Bitcoin, or the XRP versus Bitcoin. Well, I'm going to show you a very convincing XRP versus Ethereum look here, and it's kind of like a showdown here. And you're going to see the 5 key differences between XRP and Ethereum. And I want to go into that now, and then I'm going to end it on the Ethereum chart. We'll probably take a look at Bitcoin as well, but after this, we've already seen the XRP chart. Then I want to go into the difference between XRP and Ethereum, and then we'll take a quick look at the chart. So if you look at it, and I did it in a way, so purpose. XRP was created as a digital asset for facilitating cross-border payments and transactions, while Ethereum was designed as a decentralized platform for building and running decentralized applications, DApps, dApps. Transactions. XRP transactions are faster and more efficient compared to Ethereum transactions, but Ethereum's transactions are more flexible and can support more complex operations, so that's something to consider as well. 3. I've got five different areas to look at. 3 is supply. XRP has a fixed supply of 100 billion tokens, while Ethereum has a flexible supply that can change based on demand. 4. Consensus mechanism. XRP uses a unique consensus mechanism called the XRP Ledger Consensus Protocol, while Ethereum uses a proof-of-work POW mechanism that is currently in the process of being transitioned to a proof-of-stake POS mechanism. And 5, development. And this is one of the big differences as well. I believe Ripple, I have a lot more faith in Ripple Labs than I do in Ethereum and the decentralized community of developers, but who am I to say that's here to be debatable? So 5, development. XRP is developed and controlled by the company Ripple Labs Inc., while Ethereum is developed by a decentralized community of developers. So, I mean, those are compelling differences between XRP and Ethereum. And you really have to make a very wise decision out there, whether you like XRP. And if you're watching me, obviously, you should love XRP. Or if you're trying to learn about XRP, this is a fantastic place to do so. But these are the key differences when it comes to the fundamentals of both that you really need to put an educated mindset into before you make a decision and make it an informed decision. And we talk about XRP's chart all the time, but I think it's time to bring Ethereum back into the fold. And I haven't looked at Ethereum's chart, like as far as making a chart out, in a very long time. So we've got the all-time chart with Ethereum, and this is the all-time, well, not the all-time chart, but it goes back. I don't want to say the all-time chart, but on this pattern, we go to June 22nd, but this is where we're at on this uptrend, and we've been on for a little bit of time, and this is the true uptrend, and I remember this now. We also had this downtrending resistance, so this is where we broke out. Now, for Ethereum to stay on here, we need to stay on top of this trend line from June of 2022. So this is where we're at right now, and that trend line, oh, this is Ethereum Classic, is at 22.27. Well, there you go. You got a quick look at Ethereum Classic. So if you're a fan of Ethereum Classic, you got a quick look. I knew that didn't look quite right. Still good. With Ethereum, we have these support levels that I've had on here. We're going to have to update this chart, though. Hold on just a second here. Because we want to see exactly what we're looking at here for Ethereum. Now, these support resistances are very, they're important. But I want to see what happens when we break down. So that's the uptrend, that if we broke down, that is likely where we would end up out of. And we have a rising, looks like could be like you could say it's a rising channel. That's like a bull flag, but it looks like it wants to pull down like a Bart Simpson top, just like we've seen on XRP. We haven't fully pulled down, but this is starting to come underneath now. You don't really want to lose the 20-day and the 4-hour time frame. Let's break this into a smaller time frame real quick, and this is in USDT. So we got this resistance at 1644, and that's exactly the level we're playing right now. That's the resistance that it's having a hard time with. And if you were to get over this, you've got a little bit of room up top. So, but I don't know, this doesn't look great. And like if I was making something here, this is a very difficult one here. Because you've got uptrending support here, and it's pretty obvious there. I think we can all agree on that. And then if we're looking at the resistance of Ethereum, I mean, this is debatable. Are we going like this? That's what I would do. I would personally probably do something like that. No, I wouldn't. Well, I would like to. But then I look at it and I'm like, oops. Could we come in here and do something like this just to make it more even? And I think that would be where I would do it. Because we got our points of contact. So that's what I'd be looking at. So if you see this like kind of in this bull flag, this is your breakout. And it works out very well with this resistance level up here. So this is what we're looking at for Ethereum. So if you're a fan of Ethereum, that's exactly what you have to watch. And I just wanted to do the chart here because I'm talking about the differences between XRP and Ethereum. So I better show you the chart of Ethereum, but we can see this pattern's forming very nicely. And right now we popped out as a fake out, it looks like. And now if we get resisted here at about this 1638 level, the bottom of this uptrend is back down to 1559. And we've already hit it 3 times. And this would be the 4th or 5th time of resistance gets hit as well. So pay attention to that. I'll continue to update you on Ethereum as well as XRP. And we'll end it with the Bitcoin chart because we have to know where Bitcoin's at to understand the rest of it. Bitcoin fell outside of its ascending triangle. And it converged on itself and it got rejected up here. Now Bitcoin's in a very dangerous level. Bitcoin very well could be on its way back down to 21,295. And we're on the bottom side of the 20-day and the 30-minute time frame. This is turning very bearish very quickly. And the DXY is coming back online, or is back online now. And it's hot. It's hot, folks. Remember what I told you. I didn't think they were ready to just let the DXY die. And look, the last hope is the 2 lines down here. First, it would either have to catch the 101 spot 13, or at worst, on an overextension at 101 spot 334. That's the little downward channel we were in, or what I considered a downward channel. We held the 100 spot, approximately 78. Broke out finally, unless it's a fake out, over the top of 102 spot 26. On our way to this uptrending support and a major key area to break past over at 103 spot 95. If this trend continues, expect crypto to dump going into early week. If it doesn't continue and it starts to pull back down, crypto's got a hell of a push up right now because this would be an ultimate support level here for crypto. And especially for XRP, if we're going to spotlight it real quick before I leave. XRP, despite what we want to say, it actually held. There's one area we can say XRP actually held. We're up above, and I know we're technically below this uptrending support up here, but there's a key, and I want you to pay attention to this, a very key level, and I've talked about it a few times. I talk about it in my Telegram. The 0.397. XRP, even though it's below this uptrending support, in my opinion, as long as it holds 397, XRP is still not completely bearish. When you see it break 397 and hold it, so if it goes down to 397, goes to like 38.5 cents, 3855 or something like that, then pulls back up, or 382, and then pulls back up, then, it was just a fake out. But the 397, but the ultimate level, if it for an overextension, would be 395. So it can be 395, but on an overextension, I'm looking for 0.3955, even if the pattern were to stay bullish. So look at those two numbers. And if at any time you see us pop back over those two numbers, you know that maybe it's a little bit of a fake out. But right now, XRP is putting in a bear flag, and you need to pay very close attention. If we break down below those two levels, these are the 3 next to it that are the very important ones after it. And then if you break 355, that's when things get very, very juicy. Make sure to hit that like button. Consider joining Tom's Army. Look in the video description below if you want to trade like I do. And by that, I mean be able to buy XRP, especially if you live in the USA. You can use MEXC, no VPN required, no spot fees on buy or sells. And then obviously you can use BitGet as well, except if you're in the USA, new users have to use a VPN. I only tell you about those exchanges so you can buy XRP, and you can also use Uphold. That's in my video description as well, but the spot fees are much higher because there's a lot of them. And there's no spot fees on the other 2 exchanges. And then simply send it over on your XRP ledger, to your cold wallet, to your main exchange. But look at XRP real quick, even in the short term. Looks like a little bit of a Batman top formed here. So hold on, everybody, because this is very volatile and things are really brewing here.